For most of her life, Queen Elizabeth II was surrounded by jewels powerful enough to rewrite history, yet some of the most remarkable pieces in her possession were never worn again once they became hers. These jewels did not vanish through neglect or loss. They were consciously removed from public life, sealed away because of what they represented, how they moved, or who they belonged to before her. Tonight, we uncover 6 royal jewels that slipped into silence not for lack of worth, but because wearing them would have carried a message the Queen never wished to send. Stay to the end, because one of these pieces was set aside for a reason far more personal than duty. Number 1. Queen Mary's Diamond Sautoir. This jewel begins far from Britain, in the chaos of revolutionary Russia. These diamonds once belonged to the Grand Duchess Vladimir and were rescued in a covert escape before being brought to London, where Queen Mary claimed them with her sharp collector's eye. She had the stones reset into a dramatic diamond sautoir and wore it relentlessly, letting it fall low across her bodice in true Edwardian fashion. Valued today at an estimated $3 million, it was never meant to be subtle. When Elizabeth inherited the sautoir in 1953, the expectation was that it would become part of her reign. Instead, it vanished completely. The reason had nothing to do with symbolism or sentiment. Elizabeth found long, swinging necklaces impractical. They moved when she walked, brushed the table when she sat, and dipped while she ate. She once remarked that they got in the soup. That was enough. For 70 years, a $3 million diamond chain remained locked away, untouched by the longest reigning monarch in British history. Number 2. The City of London Pearl Sautoir. The next jewel tells a quieter but more mysterious story. In 1923, when Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon married the Duke of York, the City of London presented her with an elegant pearl and diamond sautoir. 5 long rows of pearls flowed on delicate platinum wire, finished with a diamond clasp, perfectly capturing the freedom and glamour of the Roaring '20s. The young Duchess wore it proudly in her early married life, appearing with it in portraits and public events. At the time, it was considered both fashionable and modern, a jewel designed to move with the wearer. Today, experts estimate its value at around $1 million. Then, without explanation, it disappeared. After 1924, the sautoir was never seen again. As Elizabeth transformed from Duchess to Queen, the flowing flapper style vanished from her wardrobe, replaced by structured silhouettes and firmer lines. When the piece later passed into Elizabeth II's collection, she never brought it back into circulation. No exhibitions, no loans, no reinvention. For more than a century, this $1 million wedding gift has remained unseen, resting somewhere in the vaults, its fate still unknown and its silence unbroken. Number 3. The Love Trophy Collar. This jewel was never meant to be subtle. Commissioned in 1901 for Queen Mary, the Love Trophy Collar was a rigid diamond choker built like armor. Its panels were packed with symbolic motifs of Cupid's arrows, burning torches, and laurel wreaths, designed to encase the neck and force perfect posture. Queen Mary wore it exactly as intended, projecting authority and dominance at a time when queens were meant to be untouchable figures on a pedestal. Today, specialists estimate the collar's value at $3 million, not just for its diamonds, but for its historical weight. When the piece passed down through generations, something changed. The Queen Mother never wore it in public, and when Elizabeth II inherited it, she made the same decision. By the second half of the 20th century, the collar's rigid structure had become impossible to reconcile with a monarch who shook hands, leaned forward, and moved freely among crowds. Wearing it would have looked theatrical, even oppressive. So the $3 million collar was sealed away, not because it lacked grandeur, but because its message belonged to another era entirely. Number 4. Queen Alexandra's Collier Resil. This necklace was engineered to overwhelm. Created by Cartier in 1904 for Queen Alexandra, the Collier Resil was designed to behave like fabric, a flexible diamond net that wrapped tightly around the neck and covered nearly every inch of skin. Originally, it shimmered with detachable emeralds and rubies gifted by Indian rulers, before Queen Mary standardized it into a wall of pure white diamonds. Even today, experts estimate its value at $4 million, making it one of the most technically complex necklaces in the royal collection. Yet despite its brilliance, Elizabeth II never wore it. The reason was not sentiment, but scale. The necklace was simply too much for the modern age. It dominated the body, demanded stillness, and turned the wearer into a living exhibition piece. On a queen known for approachability and movement, it would have felt theatrical and impractical. So the diamond net remained untouched in the vaults, preserved perfectly, waiting for a woman willing to let diamonds speak louder than she ever needed to. Number 5. Queen Alexandra's Emerald Bracelet. This bracelet was never subtle. Commissioned as a patriotic statement, Queen Alexandra's emerald bracelet was built from a heavy band of emeralds and diamonds and centered with unmistakable Welsh symbols, including the leek. It was designed to be read instantly and politically, not admired quietly. Valued today at roughly $2 million, it carried national meaning stitched directly into its design, making it more declaration than decoration. Elizabeth II inherited the bracelet but never wore it in public. By the time it reached her, royal style had shifted away from overt symbolism and visual excess. The bracelet was rigid, bold, and rooted in Victorian spectacle, a language Elizabeth no longer spoke. Rather than reinterpret it or loan it out, she locked it away completely. It remained untouched in the vaults, not because it lacked importance, but because its message belonged to another era. Number 6. The Silver Anniversary Flower Brooch. This final jewel was never locked away for fashion, rank, or protocol. It was locked away for love. King George VI gave the Silver Anniversary Flower Brooch to the Queen Mother in 1948 to mark 25 years of marriage. She wore it everywhere. It appeared at christenings, carriage rides, birthdays, and public celebrations. Over time, it became inseparable from her image, a quiet symbol of devotion rather than display. Estimated today at around $800,000, its value was never about diamonds or emeralds. It was about the man who gave it to her. When Elizabeth II inherited the brooch, she made a decision more powerful than wearing it. She never pinned it to her coat. Not once. She never loaned it. She never reintroduced it to public life. Some jewels belong so completely to one person that wearing them feels like crossing a private line. This brooch stayed in the vault not as forgotten jewelry, but as a preserved memory. In choosing absence over appearance, Elizabeth made it clear that not every royal jewel is meant to shine again. When people imagine the royal vaults, they picture glittering abundance and endless choice. What this story reveals instead is restraint. Queen Elizabeth II did not wear everything she owned because wearing a jewel is never neutral. Every necklace, brooch, or tiara sends a message about power, memory, identity, and emotion. Some pieces were too impractical for her daily life. Some were too tied to another woman's legacy. And some were simply too personal to touch without disturbing what they represented. Locking them away was not neglect. It was intention. These jewels did not disappear because they lacked importance. They disappeared because the Queen understood when silence spoke louder than diamonds. In the royal world, absence can be a statement, and restraint can be authority. What stayed in the vaults tells us just as much about Elizabeth II as what she chose to wear. And as new hands slowly begin to open those boxes, each reappearance will carry the weight of that decision. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the royal vaults, make sure to like the video, share it with fellow royal watchers, and subscribe for more stories hidden behind crowns, jewels, and history. The vaults still hold secrets, and we're only just beginning to unlock them.